2, 1. Still loading now. Okay, when I'm still loading, give me a second. 2, 1. See that the cleaner.
Mr. Dave, when you start, I apologize for starting it.
Still loading now. No, okay, when I'm still, I just ask goodness. 2.
You said what?
See that the cleaner.
Mr. Dave, when you start, I apologize for starting it.
Yeah, no, okay, when I'm still.
Mr. Dave, are you here? It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
starting. Like, there's not, your screen is not showing. I can't see anything currently, and that's what is streaming to YouTube.
Yeah, I know. Can you see my camera? Zoom. That's weird. Oh no. Lock phone to resume. Okay. All right. Nice. Nice. Next time I'm not going to be. Okay, so welcome guys back to this program. We are going to be picking up from the previous week. I'm so sorry for coming late. It was because I had to, if you noticed, I changed my camera setup and add a little bit of flare to my background. So that took me a while to do. Unfortunately, Aisha is not here with me today. Feel lonely, but I know I've got this. So without much further ado, let's just get into where we stopped last. And then for those I promised I was going to send the link to. The reason why I haven't sent is because I'm trying to like do some bug fixes. But if I'm not able to finish it in time, I'm definitely going to send it immediately after this video. Okay. For those of you that are just joining, to make sure that you copy the link, send it to other people, let them take advantage of learning how to build a website in Framer, as well as creating stunning absolute layouts, like what we're going to see today. A quick disclaimer here. We are going to be testing two types of variations, right? One with definitely zero code and one with code. The reason is because I want to show you how it is easy to do it with no code, but kind of stressful because now you have to do like a lot of guesswork. And using code, you just need ChatGPT Cloud to create some of these parts using code, right? You can use ChatGPT Cloud to build out your code. You really don't need to know how to write code. Whereas my suggestion is like just learn the library, the different code libraries, especially for JavaScript. So React, Vue, just to have a little bit of idea on it, like literally the introduction page and how some of this library works. So that when you see some of this code and how it behaves, you can literally know how to tell ChatGPT to fix the issues with that particular code. All right. Again, for those that are designers and just want to be able to like create stunning designs and be able to like communicate effectively to developers, it's very important that you also know this, because some people are also taking Framer like a prototyping tool, because Framer is not just a web design tool. It's a like live prototype that you can literally share with developers, and developers see it's supposed to look like or feel like working with actual code. Hopefully Framer is going to get to a stage where you literally need no developers. But until then, let's jump right in. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead to share my screen now. Share screen. Yeah, good. So let's figure from google.com, and let me just give like an overview for those that are just joining for the first time, right? So in the last class, we talked about how we have this show up project button. We've got none of this is working anyways, or like everything set up correctly. So we have all of these links from our actual CMS. Let me take this one away. So from our actual CMS, so you can see all of the CMS here and the images and stuff, right? So CMS is just like an example of a spreadsheet, maybe it's a Google Sheet or Google Docs, and you can actually have all of those items there and then have them imported into this place. Maybe in another video, I'll be showing you how you can have like large import and stuff like that. And again, in the coming weeks after the October event, Frame is having an October event, I think October 7th or 9th. You guys should make sure you attend. I'm also going to try and look for the link just so that and share maybe on my Twitter. And always remember that this is in collaboration with Framer Dojo, right? They are not actually sponsoring all this live I'm doing. So a big shout out to Framer Dojo. Okay, so now yeah, what I just want to do is like I want to show like a Masonry grid, or I'm going to link to a different page. All right. So there's the page I was using the previous time. So I'm just going to give me like a minute or two. Let me just try and find it. Yeah. So it's gonna be an tab. Is that in? Cool. So this is the web page now. Okay, so first thing first, let me just do a little bit of styling so that people can have a little bit of see what I'm doing here. So what I like about this is like I have, so I want to create this, right? So this is like when you get on the home page in this one, then when you click on the about us, we have this element here. So we're going to pick it one after the other, and maybe we'll probably like also create this carousel image thingy, as well as work on this and so on. Okay, so but first of all, let's go back home to see how we can do something like this. So I like how we have like multiple images moving back to back, and then when you scroll right inside it, right, this work. And again, mind you, we also have like created that already, but I'm going to do a little bit of fixes today because like when I click on my full screen now, I have it here, right? But I feel like in terms of this one and the proportion of the height of this one is different. So what I want to do today is more of like copy one-to-one. So what I do is when I want to copy a website or get inspiration, right? I click on expert because this is actually like a copy and paste kind of form to see like how you can get inspiration from other websites and also like try and create something interesting like that. So yeah, now if you notice at the top you have like 342 by 116, right? So in terms of the height, it's going to be 116, and then in terms of the weight, it's going to be 342. So now, if I come over here and I check this out of the box, if I change it to fixed count, since this is a component, I just need to double click into it. And then by default, I can see that this set of fit content, but if I change it to fixed, like so, this is 159. Okay. So now everything looks a little bit scattered. So let me just have fix something here a little bit. So I noticed for a fact that this is set to space between, right? No, this now I want to say. So this is set to start. The gap is on auto and got a little bit of padding here. Okay. So how can we make this work? So I want to go back home first. I noticed that this background is not here. Interesting. Oh, okay, the background is there. So what I just need to do is change this to fixed again. So let's say I get broken. Now, so I have this here. I've got this. So I have my card image here. I have this project. So I'm thinking that despite the fact that this is set to start, should work properly. So what I can start doing is I'm going to remove this gap for now and then change it to left align. So just to see where how much broke. Or let me undo that for a moment there and select this. So let me take this one out of the way, take this one out of the way. Okay. So this is set here. This space between. That's interesting. Yeah, this is correct. Correct. So one thing must be out of position. Exactly. So this is relative. Whatever this one relative. Interesting. So if I change it back to fit, you know what? Let me change to fixed content again. Let me see. Put this one open. Oh, okay. So what I want to do here is I need to fix the gap from here actually. So 12. Um, then I need to scale my image down. So 60. So then let's close it up. Yeah, 129. That doesn't feel like a bad idea. So let's change to fit content, right? And then for this, I'm just gonna say this radius is too much for me actually. So let's reduce that to. So again, I'm going to add the gap here. All right. The only thing I'm going to do differently is I'm going to come over to variables and like adjust all the default variables, obviously. So this is going to be 16, and then it's going to be 12. Yeah, I think I prefer that. So if you check here, right? So I have like this inspector too, right? The only thing I kind of like is divided it a little bit. So you can also like find your radius here. So you can see background radius set to a variable right now. So when I click on it, they're using 10 pixels for the background radius. All right. So let's see. So you can see I'm fixing it here, right? So that even though I don't like it here, I can always change it back in the home page. Okay. So now that we have that now, so let's review that again. Okay. Yeah, that looks more like it. And then when I click on show UI, we have this, right? So what I want to do is I want to reduce this because it's like 1440. And then what if I do desktop 2, which is 1200? Okay, so I want to reduce this. Okay, so how do I do that? So what I can do is instead of having this at 342, I'm going to set it to 250 now. So this is 360. So I prefer 300 or 320. Yeah. Yeah, and that looks good. Okay. So the other thing I need to fix is practically the image size. Okay, so this is 68. So what I'm gonna do is instead of having a 68, let me check this one. Okay, 60. So this is gonna be 60. So for those of us that is just joining for the first time, so this may like fly over your head or something, but like my best advice is watch the previous videos up onto this. And remind you, we've also worked on like the dark mode colors already. Okay, so there's that one there. And now we want to make this toggle functional. Okay, so in order to make this toggle functional, let me just fix the animation a little bit. So I think I like how it works when it's sliding right instead of the left hand side. So let's fix that. So simply what I want to do out of the box is select this item. I can literally copy the transition, right? Select this box here. Let me see. Right. Select the box. Is it the box now? No. Yeah. And then paste in the select the box and then right click and then paste. Okay. Okay, so I think if I do it now, it should work nicely. But if it's not working, let's check why it's not working. So I've got 0.5, 0.8. If I select this one, I've got 0.8, 0.5. Yeah, so 0.8 and 0.5. All right. So that should work nicely now. See it? So that's cool. Now that we have that, what I want to do next is I want to go over to, I'm going to open Cloud and ChatGPT because I just like having them both open. So I'm going to create a new project, right? And I'm going to open ChatGPT. So I subscribe to both of them to get the premium version, obviously, right? Um, so now what I want to do next is I'll tell you that I want you to write a code override that automatically on click it changes it changes from light mode to dark mode, right? Like every the entire UI changes from light mode to dark mode and vice versa. So I want to say I created a toggle component, and mind you, I'm using ChatGPT 4, right? I could have used O1 preview of meaning, right? They work better and faster, but I used to use it for I'll pick up on like using them later. For those of us that don't have access to it, it's simply because you not subscribe. So I do that. So I created a toggle component in Framer. I want don't mind the all caps anyways. I want to create a code override that detects when I click the toggle button, everything on the website. Click the first component toggle button, everything, the first variant rather, first variant of the component toggle. So you can also like if you are following along or watching at a later time, it's always like good for you to like watch this video again and recreate what I'm typing. Okay. So the first variant of the component toggle button, then everything on the website changes from light mode to a dark mode. Sim. Excuse me. Sim. Okay. And move. But when I click on the second variant, everything changes. Everything changes back to everything changes back to light mode. All right. So we're going to try and like create some use theme and import effect and all of those things, right? But out of the box, I'm already seeing that it's giving something I probably might not want, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this one again and then take it over to ChatGPT, Cloud rather. So for some reason, I think that ChatGPT is actually like super fast. And then it gives me this out of the box, right? So you can see that. And why I usually know that it's better, like I used to have like something like import overrides and data and so on and so forth. I know it may probably read, but let me just copy it and paste it in Framer. Okay. So how do you add code override? You want to select your element like this. You want to come over here to code override. So click on it. Click on new file. Right. You want to give it a name. So switch team. Okay. Click on create. So you have this all of this, and then I can paste it in like so. And then out of the box, I'm beginning to see like some red lines. So, but first thing first, like let me just try it out. I click on plus. So when I did that, nothing happens, right? So if I come over here and click here, you said the file is not working. So out of the box, I can literally come over to asset, click on switch team, and say, and when I click on play from here, I can click on this to like open up all of the console error. So what I'm gonna do, I can come and select all the errors like this. I can come and select all the errors like this, and then I can paste it in here. Okay. And then I can also take a screenshot. All right, so I think something is wrong here. I didn't copy I. So let's save that again. First of all, go back home and let's go back, check here, switch team. Okay. So I think that's working. So toggle now. So if I click on play now, so the despite the fact that this is showing, right, it's not affecting any of the elements, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to switch team here, right? And then now it's giving me no false data. Interesting. So let me press play again and see. So it's saying no data found. So let me clear the cache, save it, reload. So don't give me any data issue. So so I can be very expressive and say that when I click on this, nothing's actually happening. Okay. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna take out all of this one I said and say so it's looking at all of these variables. So when I click on the toggle button, nothing happens. So if I'm not able to figure it out, if this doesn't work, what I can simply do is I can what's the word now? In a later video, I'm going to I'll create like another video where I show you guys how to always use this code to implement light mode or dark mode. So I've just copied what cloud gave me now, and then I'm going to save it. I don't know, I keep missing I. Okay. So if I preview this now, it's not still working. So let me exit that. Let me see whether it's selected. Yeah. Okay. So let me say still not working. The override for the code override. Again, just try and copy and paste. Edit code, select all of that, save, preview, not working, not working. Let me take a screenshot of the UI. So I guess probably have to go and use for I know that if so let me try this O1 mini or no, let me copy all of this again. I'm going to paste this in. The only issue with O1 preview or O1 mini is that O1 mini is a lighter version. O1 preview isn't, but it doesn't need as much content. But right now you cannot upload like documents or screenshots or pictures. Maybe when they finally launch the actual one, then it's going to show you that. So right now it's telling me that I should create a file. So you say Figma, I'm going to create a new code, call it toggle override, paste this in, and then it should be fine. Okay, so let's do something. So I'm going to copy this. Let me copy the name of this file first. So copy. I'm going to create a component. So there's like difference between a component and override. So like component is standalone, override needs a component or a feature in Framer to work. All right. So I'm going to come over here to add a new component. Okay. So let's just call it what it says and click on create. So we have this. So now that we have this now, what I can go on to do is oh no, it's supposed to be a code component instead. So let me delete this. Code, yeah, so new components, yeah. Then the name. So I'm going to copy that, paste it in here, create. So now that I have that, I can literally copy all of this and then paste that in here. So hit save. Okay, so let's see. So I have this particular toggle here. Then I have this switch override here. So I don't think it's actually working anyways. So let me click on it. I can copy all of these errors, right? But before that, let me see whether if I go back into like the home page and all, I can drag in that particular component to the screen. So once I cannot drag into the screen, I know that there's literally an issue already. Okay. That's weird. Because this is import override and use effects. What if I copy this? Let me see something. Copy this, switch to. Then let me go back home. Select this again. And then play it. Not working. Play this. Not working. Okay. What if I remove from this place? Edit and the code override. All right. Let's go back home. Still not working. Okay, so I'm gonna say it is let me say take advantage of the framer app color properties as there is no place I can put CSS. Interesting. Okay, let me copy this one and use it here instead. Edit components, edit code, remove everything, save this one alone. Just so I'm gonna remove it from here and go back home. Add the code override again. Nice, it's not even showing. Um, okay. Then another thing I just remember, like when you're working with these things, you have to like give the name the proper name, or otherwise it's not work. So let me go and check whether it's the actual name. Yeah. So this is light, this is dark. That's So that's what I'm going to do here. So let me just go back to checking the override name, because like if the override name does not match, it's not going to work. So and this is what I was saying, like you have to like have an idea. So if the tag thing I said this one, so this is dark, this is going to be dark. So I'm going to change this one to dark, and then change this one to light. All right. So let me come back to my layers and see I've named them properly. Yeah. So light, dark. Okay. So that should work now. Let's select this. Interesting. Assets, suite themes, save. The only thing that's not working yet is this one. So I'm gonna remove this one totally. Okay. Or better still, I'm just gonna say I'll copy the error code like this and paste it here. Say it's not working. Okay, so let's have this and then paste it back in again. Let me remove this one, this effect, app states. So I think that I've been doing it wrong. So if I come and check over here, no, this one is wrong altogether, because like it's supposed to ask me like where are my two variants? It's not even asking for that in this one here. Okay. So while this one now, I'm gonna say let me backtrack it a little bit. Not this, before this. Yeah, this. So let me try this one first. Because I know that the code is very simple too. Oh, okay. That one cannot work. Let's see. Yeah, this, I just need to change this variant one here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is change this one to dark, and change this one to light. Save it. And if I go back, that should work nicely. Home, select this, toggle override. If it doesn't work, I'm going to leave it alone now. Okay, it's not showing. So um when I figure it out, I will share another video on how to make it work. How I made it work finally. All right. So but that is not showing up. Oh, okay. I think I know why it's not showing up. Yeah, this is it. So I'm just going to set it to a fixed width of 60. Okay, so this one, so I'm going to make it fixed width of 60. Yeah, should show up now. So it's showing like an error, kind of. Yeah, so when I figure that out, so but until then, let me remove that. So I'm going to remove all of this from the video, like, so for people that are watching it. Okay. So there's that. Now let's just work on the Masonry grid. I'll call it again. It's going to be very quick. So what I'm going to do is going back to the inspiration guide, right? So we have like moving images. Okay. So to do that is very straightforward. So we just need to create a frame like so. And then that frame, now we just need to click on insert, and then we can use carousel. So like frame out like 3 ways in which you can do this stuff. So carousel, ticker, and so on and so forth. Okay. So this frame here, so what I usually prefer doing is like I like putting it like I like working on it like in a clean format. So I'm just gonna call this on hero images. And by clean format, I'm just gonna make this a component by right clicking. Okay. So now I'm gonna paste in that carousel. Or let me insert it here again, drag it in. Right, then I want to take like a bunch of images and paste that here, here, and here. Okay, then I'm going to add random images from Unsplash, just random photos. Okay, just splash random, random. Okay, so we have these three beautiful looking images. So I can click on this and see these three dots. Just select and drag, select and drag, and select and drag. So what you want to do is that you want to take this carousel and say, set it to absolute. This one just say 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, then make sure it's all pinned down like this. Okay, 0. Okay. If that doesn't work, you want to change this one to relative, and notice that once you change to relative, it takes away the other part, relative. So and you want to set this one to 100%. Okay. So now that it's set to 100%, you notice that there's a little bit of clipping. It's not filling up the entire space. So how do you feel that you select this? You want to get the actual height. So this is 696. So all of this has to be 696 for it to work. So if you do, so what I do, I used to do like slightly bigger. Okay. So once it's slightly bigger, 700. Okay. So and then slightly wider. So this is 455. So let's do that. So I'm gonna select all three again and then say no, 696. So let's do that. All right. So we have this here. So that's how you have like your full on cover. So what I'm going to simply do is select this, and now I want to come to arrows. I literally don't need it, so I'm going to turn it off. Then I'm going to check progress scroll bar. Yes, no, no, I don't need it. Fading objects, probably yes, but no. Snapping, auto, sizing, auto. I think that should be fine. So let me just preview it. Let's see how it looks. So I'm using my arrow to like push it and all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace it with another one, which is called ticker. So we have ticker and so on. Ticker, carousel. Okay, so I'm going to bring out this. So sometimes I used to like do the mistake. So I just used to use one for it to test, right? Pretty much. So let me separate it out. Okay, so first to this, and this other one here. So now that I have that, again, same thing, 0, 0, 0. Okay, relative, 100%, 100%. All right, so let's just preview that very quickly. So you can see it's moving left to right, okay? What I want is for it to move quickly. So let's see. Direction, speed is 100%. What if I make it fade? No fade. There should be something like gap. So I'm going to change that to 0. Then I want the speed to like 200%. So it's still moving from left to right. Interesting. Uh, Let me go back to scroll down. Creative media. Interactive. Oh, okay, so what I need is actually slideshow. So let's get that here, and like this, and like this. Okay, so let's bring that in. So like the different functionalities for different items. So relative, make this 100, make this one also 100. All right. So then again, you want to make sure that you have pinned all of these 0, 0. Okay, then now, so we have our intervals and everything. So I'm going to make this one 1 second. I'm going to say draggable, no. I don't want to see um, the arrows, so no, and no dots. All right. So if we preview it now, interesting. Uh, let's see, autoplay, draggable currents, effects. What if I increase, reduce the perspective? Let's see what it does. I need to read it first. Okay, let me just do it manually. So the way you can do it manually is all you just need to do is like create 3 instances or as many instances as possible, right? And then you also want to set what's it called now? All the images at once. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this first one. So I can literally put everything inside here, like so. And then I can like stack them on each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all 3 of them. Then make sure that everything is set to relative and relative, right? And then I'm going to say everything 100%. Again, the same way, right? Then make sure that both sides are clipped, right? Enter. So once you have that done, then what you want to also do is make sure you align everything. You align all the images one after the other. Okay. So relative, 100%. Okay. So then this one 0, 0. So make sure all of these are set to 0. Okay. The same. I'll check this one. So I have this one relative, 100%. Okay. Same with this and same with this. So for this one, other one here now, so what I just want to do is I'm going to set the visibility to no, and then for this third one, I'm going to take the first one, set the visibility to no. Okay. Now, The next thing I just want to do is I'm going to take this, drag all the way to here, and then I'll just say on appear, right? Same for this, okay, on appear, okay. And then I want the transition to be like literally instant, okay. But first of all, let's just preview it. Like, let's say it looks like for now. So this it looks like it's literally flashing, right? So if I change it to instant and click on preview like this, it's going to be flashing too because it's still instant. So what I want is that there should be like a kind of ease, right? But like everything, one is fading out to show the other, right? So this 0.4 seconds. So if I preview this now, it's still going to be like this. So first thing first I want to do is to fix the flashiness. First, I'm going to leave like 1 second delay for this one and then also for this one. So, and like when you adjust from the primary parent, this is what it gives you. So when you press play now, it should not give you this. So let me see what's going on here. So we have this one going here, this one going here. So first thing first, I'm going to select the first one, change it to cycle. Right. So cycles are just going to like iterate incrementally. And then what I want to do next is I'm going to set a delay of like 2 seconds from this point of view here. So 2, right, 2 seconds. And then for this easing transition, I literally don't need this one here. So which is what I'm going to do. Right. And then press play. So can you see it? So it's giving you this. So now what I cannot do is I cannot reduce it. So I can come back here and say, you know what, just give me 1 second, 1 second, and 1 second. So let's see it. So that's how you have the different cycle. And if you feel like it's still too slow, then you can make it like 0.5 seconds in the delay, right? So, and that's how you're able to create this animation. So same thing as this. So you can see like the way it's just switching between different images, right? So you can have like much more images and have take our images from us. Like just insert something random, and so on and so forth. Again, the same way, like the more you just click on adding it, it's just going to be adding all of those elements there, right? So again, make sure that when you're checking this out, that's like the same amount of elements, okay? So there's no flashing there. And again, you also want to make sure that now even if I use Spring and I like preview it on this section, you can literally tell the difference, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all of this. Then I'm just going to make it back to Spring. And then, so fix is like, yeah, the way it looks like now is like, just jumps all the way. So let me edit it like 0.5. Yeah. So if I click on play again, and so on and so forth. So if I go back to my home page now, I can literally bring this and place it right here. Okay. So again, what I want to do is like, so I know that for a fact the first screen is like full page. So I have this my inner container here that people can scroll in. So what I'm going to do now is I just want to open up the layout a little bit. So one advice is in order to like make things way much more easier, you can literally like build it outside, or you can build it there, or you can build it inside a component and use from that angle. Okay. So first thing first, I'm going to build it in here and then set like everything to overflow visible. So I'm going to press um add a frame, a stack around this, or a frame rather. So I'll add a frame first. So now that I've added the frame, next I want to add another frame. Okay. So now for my second frame, so this is so this will say background. Yeah, and then this one will say Masonry grade. Okay. Then now I can open up this one. Okay. And then what I want to do is in the case of my background now, for this one, it can be for now, just layout. Okay. So that's set already. Then for my Masonry grid now, what I want to do is I want to fill up the container on the sides, but for on the top to bottom, It's just going to be feed content. Okay. So now that I have that, so I'm going to have this one here. So let me bring this one out because I don't need that. Excuse me. So what I want to do is make sure that this is set to fit my main wrapper now. I know that it's supposed to be 100 viewports. So I'm going to change that back later when I'm done with the website. So I'm can now set this one to fit content, and then for my set wrapper, I'll leave it as is. Close up this one, select this one. Yeah, so for my background now, I'll change to what? Fit content. So and the very first thing I want to do out of the box is select this one and then change to what? Viewport. So what viewport does is like it's attaches itself to the screen. So for my main layout now, you can see my distress, my align is set to center. So I'm going to set that back to the top. So when I preview it now, you can see it's on what? On the full screen. Okay, and then this is here, right? So what I can simply do to fix that is select all of this, right? And then change back to what? View. Okay. So when I press play now, and I scroll, right? So you can see that it's not supposed to be like this. So it's always supposed to like be in the middle. So how I can do that is if I come back to my main wrapper and change back to viewport, right? And I press play, I can scroll here. I cannot scroll here yet. Okay. I can scroll here. All right. So now what? And again, can you see? So for me to make this particular one work now, say it's like in the middle, what I can simply do is come back to my frame, change to what? View container. And then when I preview it now, it fills up that entire container space. Okay. So now that I have this now, that is done. So let me go into the next one. So back to my mirror part, make sure it's set to fit content. And then when you're done, you can always put it back. So I have this one that is going to be my inner grid. Okay. So what I just want to simply do is I can literally come over to another CMS, right? So I'm going to create a new set of items. So you know what, let me just delete this one, add a set of items, and uh, I'm just going to say, let me see what they have here. Um, so when you scroll down, you just have like a bunch of news cards, right? So let me just copy the first element here. So let me just copy this. I'm going to copy that and paste it as the title. Then I'm not really concerned about the inner blog pages, like the way uh, this is right now. Not really concerned about it. I just want to like get the text. So I have this small line of text. I have this. I have this. So by default, I remember that. Let me just set the changes for now. I remember that I have that type of this type of text sizing already. Okay. So I can literally go out to this CMS and look at whether how I use it. So I have my slug, my image, and description, and then I have title. But for this one, I can say I can call it, this is my title, this is my description or my content area. And then this could be like a caption, right? So what I can do is come back to my collection. So I'm going to call it the Masonry. And then for this, now I'm going to come over here, click on edit field. I know it's not like very clear, but that's the way it works. So you have your title, your slug, your content, and then we can have one more. Plain text, call it caption. All right, so and then I'm just gonna put like updates. So it has updates dot, so it's actually your a date, right? So let me just quickly remove that and put dates. Yeah. Okay. And let's see whether the time is showing, no, just the date alone. So we have the date. Okay. So now if I click on this, it's going to ask me to pick a particular date. So let's just do September 3rd. Then a bunch of, let's see. Yeah, let me just copy this, that's here. Okay. Copy this. There's that here. No. Then remove all of this and change the styling. Paragraph. It's not a link, so clear. Yeah. So that's that about that. Okay. So once you are done and click outside, so you should have access to all of this like this. Okay. So some of you might probably be asking that, but there's update on the text. We are going to add that in this place. Okay. So first thing first is I'm going to create this card layouts too. Okay. How can I do that? So I already have one type of card already. I'm not using all of this. So let me just so once I delete them, I shouldn't have any worries. Okay. So we have this card. Okay, so we're going to do like our second card variation. So what I usually do is like I usually like give it like so action slash card slash small. And then I want to add another one. No, let me just duplicate this. Duplicate. And then on this slash large. Then this is going to be small card. Okay, so now that we have our large card now, so let's start tweaking things around. So first thing first, change back to fixed content, drag it down all the way. Then the next thing you want to do is select this, reverse the position. All right, and then this now. This is weird, very, very weird. Oh, I can see why. So I set wrap to yes, should be no. So I need to change this to fit content. So now that I've done that now, this should work. So for this one now, what I can simply do is I can change my width now to fill container. So this is going to look like, okay. So now if I adjust the height a little bit, should always so this one I'm going to change to fill container. So the height of this one should always fill. Okay, this should fill, and then I'm just going to have a fixed width for this one. Or no, let me just have this as fill. Yeah. So we have all of this, right? So like that, this is what I was talking about. Like this is the aspect ratio. So we could do it manually like this, or you could do it automatically. But for automatically is by writing code, but for I'm going to do like a small video because I did spend a lot of time trying to like figure out the light mode and dark mode, and I didn't it wasn't working. Okay. So we are going to have this. So we have this one here like this, and we have this one here. So right now is all the images are literally going to match each other. Or let's just do that for now. So we have this already. Then I can literally come back to my own page and come over here, come to my light card, drag it in. So I have this. Okay. So back to layers, inside my frame. Now I'm going to just set a layout grid. Okay. So this is layout grid, and then I'm going to paste that in. So now what I can do is the more I continue to, I'm duplicating with Control D, right? And then now I can come over to say change this height that's on my grid to fit content. And then once I've done that now, what I can also now do is I want to change my width now for all these three cards to fill. All right. So once that is set on fill, notice that this is overlapping. So what I can do again is select this one and change it to what? Select all my elements and change it to fill. And this is what happens. So it gets cut off. Okay. Now, if I duplicate it one more time, if I select this one again and say, you know what, just give me 3 columns. Like so. So it's gonna give me 3 columns and cut off the set image, because the image that we're using is set to what? Fill and fill. Okay. So what I want to do instead is the height is going to be fixed, but the width is going to be what? Set to fill, and then I'm going to lock it in. Okay. So for my height, I literally just want maybe 200 like this. Okay. But for my width, it's going to be always fill. Um, yeah. So if I select that now, should work like this. Then I want to change my height to fit content from this point of view. Okay. So if I have this now, instead of having my height set to fill, I'm going to do fit instead. So for all of this, it's going to be what? Fit content like this. Okay. And then I don't want any space. So what I can do is, okay, I don't think there's need for this. Okay, there's need. I just need only one. Ah, yeah, let's see. Yeah, we have this and then the light size. Text. So for this one now, I can switch over to like maybe H3 or H2. Yeah, make sure that the two is selected, and then I'm also make sure it's set to fit content. Make sure it's not wrapping like before. Let me remove the gap for this one. Remove the gap, and then send my distribute to center. Align is left, or let me change to start. Let's see. Okay, yeah, start is the correct one. So now that we have that, we want to select this one, make sure it is set to fit content. And this other one is also set to fit content. Right. Let's go back home now. So we have this. Okay. So let's say we want to now make use of this and connect it to like our CMS, right? So how can we achieve that? So if I select these two now and um bring it outside like this, so we have this one. Okay. So what I can simply do is I can go ahead to um come into insert collection Masonry. Okay. So I have this item here. So what I can do is I can literally copy this one here, come into where the file is. So layers. So you have your mystery list and your mystery items, which is what I want to replace. So I'm going to bring that in, take this one out. So this now should now automatically turn to mystery list, mystery item. If I put it inside here, so it should be mystery item. So now I can now start plugging it. So I can add, why is it not saying it? Interesting. Let me undo that. Okay, so what if I take this and put inside the item? Yeah. So I have my mystery item. So this one now. So what I want to do is I actually don't need this one for the grid. So this is one that's going to be my grid. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to change this one to grid. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this one totally. So this is the one I selected, then change to fill container like this. So in my mystery item now, I can now start plugging things. So now my title is going to be set to title, my date is going to be my description is going to be set to content. Interesting. So this is wrong. So whenever it's wrong like that, it's going to show like it's set or it's not set, right? Because it's like checking different variables, right? Isn't set. So um so let me go back to asset and now see what I used to create the content in CMS. So if I click here, interesting. So let me copy this and then okay, let's see this. So we have this set to description. Yeah, so the reason is because it's not set to formatted text. So I'm gonna change it to formatted text. All right. So now if I come back home, so let me paste this one in. And if I should go back home now, right, and click on content again, set variables are going to change to this. Okay. So let's say I Uh, so let me just remove just half so you can see that it's working. So if I come back, you can see it's connected properly enough. So the only thing I just need to do now is like fix the issues I'm noticing. So if I come back here to content, I see that it's set to paragraph, right? I can make it bold and click out. So you can say it's bold. I can also make it not so bold. Okay. So click outside, so it's not bold. So the only thing I can do now is I can also let's see. So I can go back to assets. Say I have like one body here, right? So I set to semi bold. So what I can do is I can create another one. It's gonna be paragraph, and this time around it's gonna be 14. No, add multiple breakpoints. And then I can do size 14, right? And then make sure it's regular. Okay. So once you have that, then you can also add like other sizes too. So once you have that now, you should be able to choose that one. And how you do that is you have to come back here, come into variables, and then you want to make sure that you're on paragraph. Then I'm going to select this text, and where I have this one, I'm going to pick the second one here. Okay. So once I have that done, let me just set enough spacing. So like 4 is fine. Yeah, and then make sure that this is connected to so we're going to say set variable to. So let me clean up this a little bit. So I have some variables here I think I'm not using. So like show image, remove, I have title, I have link, description, yes, no, because my description is not my content, so I'm going to change this one to description. All right, radius, not using it. Gap, nope. Link this, So that is cleaner now. So the only thing I just need to add is for this one, I'm going to create a plain text and make sure it's set to dates. All right. So now that I have that, I can go back home and select this dates, set it to dates. So we can format that date like so. So again, what I can also add is I can add a transform. Okay, click on edit, and then I want to add a transform, and I want to say it's prefix. Okay, and then I can say what updates. Is it updates? Yeah, colon. Okay, and let's check the transform. Should be updated. Yeah, let me click on preview. Okay, so it's here. So again, it's too close. So what I can do is I can literally put space bar here like this, close it, preview it, and you should be able to see it. Okay. So what you can do next is after having this, we can duplicate this one more time, and then you want to change this mastery grid to stack accordingly. So I'm going to click on this mastery item, and then I'm going to set 3 columns. 3 columns. Oh, that's the item. Okay. So what I will do is the list, and then for my list now, I want to set the grid to 3 columns. And why is it not stacking? So what's to stack? Oh, my bad. 1 column. Then for this one, it's going to span 1 column, and then change this one to grid, and then now change this one to 3 columns. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So we're supposed to have one item like this, and then if I go into what's it called now? The CMS, so I can duplicate and so save changes, duplicate, save changes, save changes, right? So why is it not showing now? supposed to pick up all of these elements and show all of the three. Hmm. Okay, so let's check our filter and see whether it is working. So limits to 10, let's remove that. Filters, any. So I don't know why it's not showing everything. I know that if I should import insert, click on collections again, Masonry, we're going to see your three, right? Inside the list item, I just have title and date. So why it's not showing this, I do not know. But let me click on this now and scroll out. See, okay. So it's showing me all of this again. So sometimes it can be a little bit buggy. So I have this. So let me bring this one out here and then delete this like so. So for this list now, again, I can change this one to field container. I want this one to be set to stack, and then I want this one to be set to grid, so I don't mix things up. Okay. And then if I change this one to 3, yeah. So this is also wrong. So if I change this one, however, to save what's the word now? Grid. Yeah, okay. So this is works. So 3 columns, right? And then my gap, I just want like maybe 20. Okay. So now, how do we now make it Masonry? That's where we have to now start playing with like the image sizes. Okay. So now for me to play with the image sizes to work on it manually, Freeman does not have like an aspect ratio that copies the actual image, right? So what we can do is that we can create like multiple frames of that image and try and suggest to it that kind of aspect ratio. Okay. So for example, this is what I mean, and that will be like the end of this live video. And then in the next slide, we're going to see how we can make what's it called now? How we can make it even more expressive. Okay. So what I can literally do is I can copy this image, and then now I'm going to now like detach this what's it called? I'm going to detach this component. So because I want to use the image component and I don't want to have to like tweak a lot of things. So I can do is come here, detach distance like this. So everything is still going to work as is, right? So it's missing, just add it again, title, you have your update missing, set your variable back to your date, and then you have your body copy. So let's call this body, and then just add back your content to your content, and again, whatever empty spaces that you have. So that should be fixed accordingly. Okay, so now that you have all of these sets here now, so again, what I can simply do is let me reduce this to like H3. Then again, out of the box, you think that it has this symbol, it's because let me double click on this, not this content now. CMS edits this. So we have this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this one image, and then I can set like different sizes. So this is my first size, and then this will be my second size. So let's say, and then for the sizes now I can play like with the different heights. So I can say um O1, O2. Okay. And then now what I can simply do is I have to now go back to my CMS and add that content here. So I do edit field, click on here. What I want to now pick is so if you look at a plain text size and this thing, what I need is a number. Okay, so that number now you can say size. All right, So now that I have my size, I can go back and say, you know what, give me or instead of saying size now, let me add a new one instead. Let me do say something like a variable. So what can I use to add that variable there? So I can use option, I can use toggle. Toggle is for 2 items, option is for more than 2 items. So let's just use option. So let's just say O1 and O2. Okay. So now out of the box, let's just say so let me remove size, and then for my O1 now, publish changes. So for my O1, I'm going to remove this. So this is going to be O1, then this one I'm going to change to O2 and then O1. Okay. So if I go back now, right, what I can simply do is now that I have this one, I can literally plug the variable to option and click on convert. All right. So when it's O1, it's going to be O1. And then I can add more condition, like when it's O2, change it to O2, like so. Okay. And then now for this one here, now if I preview this, scroll the way down, so you give me like the exact same sizes on now. So first thing first is, let's see, let me remove this one and then have a fallback condition of O2. So when it's O1, O1, and then I have like O2 as my condition. So why is it not working? Let's troubleshoot. So we had this as fill. This should be fit content, right? So that's the first thing. Then second thing is, because and I was playing with the height, so this should be fixed 180, 163. You know what? Let me change to fit content. Let's see. Yes. So now these are so I should have changed the width to fill. To let me select this one again to fill. Interesting. So I know why it's behaving this way, and the reason it's behaving this way is because if I click escape, my height and my width is locked, right? So I'm just gonna uncheck that. Okay. So now if I select this one and click on fill, should fill up this space. All right. So this is how you can like dynamically play with your aspect ratio. And then when I now start duplicating it, right? Can you see now? So the more I duplicate it, that is how you get your what? Masonry grade. I know that it has been a lot of speaking and talking, but like what makes a master grid is just the aspect ratio that you're playing with. So once you have like your aspect ratio set, every other thing should fall into place. Okay. So we've come to the end of this tutorial. In the next video, we're going to just be seeing how I'm going to work with the light mode and dark mode to fix it properly. I'm going to edit this particular video and I'm going to make sure that everything works in the next time. So for those of us that join the live session, so what I'm going to do now is that where based on of where I've stopped right now, I'm going to copy this one because it's like the same thing like almost my portfolio, the new profile I'm working on. So I'm going to copy this file for you and paste it in the description section of this video. So you should see it like in 2 hours from this video. Or if you're just watching it 2 hours from now, then you should see it also in the description. So without much further ado, thank you for joining this call. Please do have a nice weekend.